product. What we want is, we'd like to be able to invest the everyday man in the streets money into sound, tested platforms. Now, have those been developed? For example, the secondary market for sukuks in a lot of the Middle Eastern countries? No, it hasn't developed. Have there been trust laws developed in these countries? No, it hasn't been. So it's part and parcel of the evolution that will take place. Sharia finance is developing, and the scholars, the Islamic scholars, they're fitting the different structures that's been worked out by lawyers and innovators into the Sharia. And at the moment, there's one or two issues with regard to not the actual Sharia, but the practice, what people have done in practice. And there may be a bit of grey areas. So in February, the Sharia boards of IOFI sat down and they said, look, we're not saying that you can't have different structures in sukuk, but what we are saying is that you've got to be strict about it, and you've got to apply the letter of the law, okay, of the Sharia. So there's a bit of debate going on at the moment now. What was really meant? Have they outlawed certain structures or haven't they? I don't believe they have. I believe what they're really saying is, don't be too innovative, because if you're too innovative, you're going to go into the verge of the area where it's a bit grey. Okay? And I think good debate on that position, thought, development between the Sharia scholars on the one side, the issuers, the lawyers, the investors, etc., will give rise to Sharia products that will stand the test of time. The gentleman from the DIFC, he said, we can't just bring Sharia compliant product to the market. So he gave an analogy and said, look, if I'm in the States and I'm going to buy a packet of potato crisp, okay, I'm going to buy the potato crisp for the flavor and the quality. And the comfort is that little stamp at the back, which normally says he used the words kosher, but with the halal stamp. So it's a question of having a Sharia compliant product that fits into the ethical requirements of the investing public, but with that is providing returns. In South Africa, we without a huge broker force, we have 42,000 clients. We have large parastatals who are starting. So what are we doing in Dubai? We've just moved into the DIFC. We are going to be one of the first companies who will get a retail license to sell from the DIFC. Okay, so we see huge opportunities in Dubai. What do we see in the UK? We see, I think the UK is similar to South Africa. 2 million Muslims, South Africa 2 million Muslims. What upside is there? Fantastic upside if you can provide the product with great performance. Next year, the UK will be issuing its sovereign sukuk. And that would be right. That's giving investor protection. It's backed by a government. It will be traded. It will be easy. It will be accessible. So that's what we really need. So we need all the different, we need rating agencies to come into play into those markets. I've just heard one of the rating agents saying that they were going to open up into in the Middle Eastern countries. You're getting the Dubai Financial Services Authority developing. You're getting the Malaysians are well on their way. So there's a huge amount of development in the different areas that will have to take place. With that, we'll get good product coming out that will be able to satisfy the investment needs, not only of large corporates, governments, but the man in the street. It would be fantastic to be able to provide an ordinary a teacher with a balanced solution for his retirement. And I think that's the way we're working. That's what we're working towards. And I think sooner or later that will happen, because there's really a dire need for Sharia compliant product to come out.